Merry meet and welcome to our stream, everybody. This is Ariel Gatoga, and this is a general reading for all signs for today, the 23rd of February, 2024. We're streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating today on YouTube is the lovely Deline. Moderating on Twitch is the lovely Honeypaw. Thank you so much, Deline. Thank you so much, Honeypaw. And thank you to everybody for joining us today. I'm reading with this lovely Tarot Noir. I love this deck. And I'm going to purify with this gorgeous Vervain by Provence Santé. You can find links to purchase each of these products in the video description of this video on my YouTube channel. This is a general reading for all signs, which means it goes out to a lot of people. So if for some reason it doesn't seem to apply to you, just disregard it. It may not be your reading. In that case, check out the zodiacal readings for your sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. And you can find all of those replays on our website, arielscorner.com. arielscorner.com. Just click on the free online tarot readings link in the main menu. If you're watching a restream on YouTube and you don't like shuffling, you don't want to watch me shuffle, just use the timestamps in the video description and you can fast forward to the reading. Oh my goodness, what was I going to say? Oh yes, if you are on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you're on Twitch, please make sure you follow us on Twitch. And you can watch on Twitch without ads when you subscribe to us there. Look for the soft launch of our brand new shop sometime in April. We'll get you those dates as those become firm. In the meantime, arielscornershop.com is open for business, and those are all affiliate links, which means we make a small commission off of every sale. Another way to support the channel is with a donation, and you can do that by going to paypal.me/arielgatoga, paypal.me/arielgatoga. If you're on YouTube, you could also use a super sticker, super chat, or super thanks if you feel like giving a donation. We do appreciate your support. But we really appreciate you for being here for this general reading for all signs for today, the 23rd of February, 2024. And I'm going to shuffle this huge deck a couple more times just to make sure everything is nice and randomized. We'll give this deck a nice clean cut and we'll see what's in the cards for everybody today. I sure hope you're having a great day. And if not, I hope this reading can help you to turn that around immediately. We start out with the Nine of Swords, followed by the Knight of Wands, and then we have this lovely Four of Wands. Okay, so some of you have been plagued with worry, and it seems like you're getting some help today. So there's some assistance, especially in regards to something in your work. So this possibly, many of you might have been worrying about your work, worrying about, or, well, it could be a couple things for depending on you. For some of you, you've been worried about your work, worried about your job, worried about things, and you'll notice that things start to be less worrisome as you accept the help that's coming for you today. For others, you're not necessarily worried about work or worried about your job, but it's in doing your work and focusing on your work that you receive the assistance to overcome the worry. So that is not necessarily somebody coming in to help you, but you really focusing on your work is what brings you out of that worry. And you want to come out of that worry. You really do, because worry is an uncreative use of the mind, and it tends to stop our progress. It tends to get us stuck. Now, there's a difference between worry and concern. If you're concerned about something, or if there's a problem that needs your attention, obviously you don't want to just say, oh, everything will be okay, and not look at it. You want to look at it, you want to do something about it. But if there's nothing you can do about it, there's nothing you can do about it, so you don't worry about it. Either way, you don't worry about it. You just either do what you got to do, or you recognize there's nothing you can do and you move on. But then you refocus your attention on something creative. And I think everybody that's listening to this knows exactly what that creative thing is. Creative does not mean artistic necessarily. It definitely can mean that. It can mean that. But creative is just any kind of building something, any kind of work in the world that you find enjoyable or that you're talented at. And it's saying that there's a lot of that you've just been letting fall to the wayside. There's a lot about your work that's important to you that you have been sort of neglecting. And possibly many of you have been neglecting it because you've been so preoccupied with worry about something. So now's the time to just say, well, I'm not going to let my energy drain anymore. I'm not going to let that part of my mind, that ego part of my mind, have control over my thoughts. It's my creativity being used against myself, right? It's your creative mind concocting stuff that might happen, that might happen, that might happen. Ugh. Instead, what it's saying is you've got a bunch of stuff. If you really look, or I don't know about a bunch, but you've got at least several things, if you were really to look, that you've been neglecting, and stuff that you probably really want to do. You know, I don't usually the wands aren't drudge. It's not usually drudgery. It's usually something that is enjoyable, or at least in service of that which is enjoyable. So it's time to finish some unfinished tasks, clean up some things, get some things focused, especially if it stimulates your creativity and gets you excited about working again and not worrying. Let's choose work over worry today. All right, we've got a 3 of coins. Oh, interesting. Well, I've got a couple things to say about that, but hang on. We've got this King of Cups, look at you, and this Ace of Coins. Really, there's nothing to worry about. There's really nothing to worry about. But for some of you, now I don't think this is everybody watching this, but some of you are going through what a lot of us go through. I know I go through it. When you start having some sort of success in your life, or there's some indication that something good is happening, it triggers the worry. It's almost like, oh, I wish that hadn't happened. At least when nothing good was happening, I didn't worry about it. I just kind of accepted it. But when something good is happening, then I worry. You know, I worry, can I maintain it? Am I going to be expected to do more than I possibly can? Is it going to be a burden? Is it going to go away? Is it going to be, you know, whatever it is? Whenever we get, especially if it's new money and things like that, sometimes we say, yeah, that's wonderful externally, but internally we start going, oh, I don't know, this is going to be hard. What do I do? I'm finally getting something that I want. And, you know, and it starts to make your mind spiral. Well, that's just an ego trick. It's just the ego tricking the mind, saying, you know, let's not have all of this success because it's probably, you know, not as good as it seems. Nothing is as good as it seems, and it's probably going to be too much of a problem for us. And so let's worry about that. Let's worry about the success that might be coming. And see if the ego can get you to worry about it when it's in its infancy, when it's just starting to, you know, the shoots are starting to come out of the ground, it's hoping that you'll just abandon that crop and move on, right? But you're not going to do that. You're not going to do that because you've got this King of Cups here, which is an indicator that you've been already working on yourself. You're already too strong for that. But what you do want to do is use that King of Cups energy, that spiritual mastery that you have been amassing for yourself, to go inside, to look at these things that you're feeling, to look at these worries, to look at any turbulence that you're experiencing and start to transform it. How do you do that? You know how to do that, King of Cups. You're already a spiritual master, but I'm just going to state the obvious. You do that by relaxing. You do that by blessing. Blessing, relaxing, praising, being grateful. Those are the types of attitudes that tend to dissolve that worry. And then you get busy. You get busy. You take that gratitude, you take that relaxation, you take those peaceful thoughts and things that you amass from like 10 or 15, 20 minutes of meditation, right? And then you take it into the rest of your day and you get busy. You get busy getting things in order, finishing unfinished tasks, and watching the money flow in. Watching the money or other resources that you need, if it's not money, flow in. And recognize that those worry thoughts were trying to sabotage you. Isn't that funny how we do that? How we have these self-sabotage things in our own minds? Why would we do that? Well, it's not our fault. It's really not our fault. It's just a bad habit that the human race has gotten into over time, and we've picked up on that. So don't judge yourself for that. It's normal, but you can choose against it. And it's really not as hard as people think to go up against the group mind, because the group mind only is active in regards to those habits of worry if you're all tense about them, if you're running away from them, if you're afraid to look at them. But if you turn and look at it and you recognize it for what it is and you just relax and you let go and you bless it and you praise what is working, you give gratitude where it's due, you'll notice that those things have less potency. And so then when you emerge from that moment of meditation, you can face the tasks ahead of you instead of being afraid to face something because of the worry that you've been succumbing to. A lot of times we're so worried and we don't even realize it because we don't want to look at it, because the ego knows if we looked at it, we might say, what am I doing? I don't have anything to worry about. So what you can do instead of, if you're saying, well, I'm not really worried. Okay, fine. How relaxed are you? Let's talk about it that way. How relaxed are you? Because worry thoughts come, you might be able to get it out of your mind, but you can't get it out of your body. So if you've got a bunch of tension in your stomach, if you've got a bunch of tension in your shoulders, if you've got tension in your body, you might not even notice it if you don't stop and look. But if you stop and be the King of Cups for a minute today, or for several minutes, you take some deep breaths and you just scan your body and you say, where is the tension? You'll notice it. And when you relax that tension, you are relaxing the thoughts that are the root of that tension, which are worry thoughts. And by dissolving that tension, you're dissolving those thoughts, and then you're no longer paralyzed and you're no longer procrastinating and things like that. A lot of times people think, why am I procrastinating? It doesn't make sense. I really love to do all of these things. These are things I really want to do. What am I doing? Why am I procrastinating? Well, probably because you're really fearful. You're probably paralyzed from fear and then distracting yourself so that you don't look at that fear, so that it just stays active. So you can do that. You can play those games with your mind, but you can't play those games with your body. So notice the tension in your mind, notice the tension in your body and recognize that those are tense emotions that are caused by tense thoughts. And those are going to show you where that worry is. And then when you relax those tense thoughts, relax the tension in your body, then those tense emotions and those tense thoughts have to be melted along with it. And then you'll notice that all of a sudden you're not procrastinating anymore. You're enthusiastic and you're ready to get going and get the bucks, get the goods, get the prize, because it's all there for you. It's all there for you, and you already are the spiritual master. So this should be fairly easy for you if you just remind yourself, wait a minute, I don't have to worry about anything. I don't have to worry about a thing. I just have to get busy. But I don't want to get busy until I've relaxed my body, relaxed my mind, and reoriented my thoughts so that I'm not reacting to fearful, worrisome thoughts about things that aren't happening. All right, you're doing great. This overall, everything's positive except for this card, which is in the past. But the reason I've spent so much time on it is because it's still in the reading. So I don't want this to color anything. I don't want you to feel like you have to procrastinate anymore today. There's no reason to, because today's a day of success. So finish some unfinished tasks, get some things in order, and get moving toward that success. It's already happening for you, and it's just going to get better and better and better. Why? Because you've worked for it. You earned it. You deserve it. All right, very good. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Deline and Honeypaw, and we'll see you all for another reading tomorrow. Blessed be.